When you cross the threshold into your 60s, your relationship with food transforms in ways you might never expect. Think about last Tuesday evening. Perhaps you prepared what seemed like a perfectly nutritious meal, filled with fresh produce from your garden or local market. You retired for the night satisfied, believing you'd nourished your body well. Yet sometimes, despite our best intentions, certain plant foods that served us beautifully for decades can begin interacting with our aging physiology in unexpected ways. This isn't about creating fear around healthy eating. Rather, it's about understanding that our bodies after 60 operate under a different set of biological rules than they did at 40 or 50. The cardiovascular system becomes more sensitive. Kidney function naturally declines. Medication interactions become more complex. What we need isn't to abandon nutritious foods, but to learn the wisdom of proper timing, portion control, and awareness. Today, I'm sharing insights about 9 produce items that deserve your attention and respect after 60, not because they're inherently dangerous, but because understanding how to consume them properly can make the difference in maintaining optimal brain health and circulation. Let's explore this together, starting with a leafy green that's been celebrated as nutritional royalty for generations. Consider the dark, emerald leaves that fill salad bowls and smoothies across the nation. This particular green vegetable contains high levels of oxalic acid, a naturally occurring compound that younger bodies process efficiently through kidney filtration. However, as we age, our renal system slows its processing speed significantly. When oxalic acid binds with calcium in your bloodstream, particularly if you're taking supplemental calcium or vitamin D, microscopic crystals can form. These tiny formations don't cause immediate pain or obvious symptoms. Instead, they gradually accumulate in the delicate arterial pathways feeding your brain, creating narrowing passages that restrict oxygen-rich blood flow. The solution involves strategic eating patterns. Consume this green earlier when your metabolic processes run stronger, ideally before mid-afternoon. Space it away from calcium supplements by several hours. If you're managing kidney concerns or taking heart medications, discuss your consumption patterns with your physician. The nutrients remain valuable, but respecting your body's changed processing capacity makes all the difference. Moving to another vegetable that's long been praised for cardiovascular benefits, we encounter a cruciferous option loaded with fiber and protective compounds. The challenge here lies not in the vegetable itself, but in its abundant vitamin K content. This nutrient plays a crucial role in blood clotting mechanisms. For individuals taking anticoagulant medications, whether prescription blood thinners or daily aspirin regimens, vitamin K creates a delicate balancing act. Your medication dosage is carefully calibrated based on consistent dietary patterns. When consumption of high vitamin K vegetables swings dramatically from week to week, your blood's clotting ability fluctuates unpredictably. One week, it may become excessively thin, risking bleeding complications. The next week, it might thicken dangerously, elevating stroke potential. The answer isn't elimination, but consistency. Include moderate amounts regularly rather than alternating between large portions and complete avoidance. Keep your healthcare provider informed about your typical weekly intake so medication adjustments can be made scientifically rather than through guesswork. Late evening salads feel virtuous, light, and health conscious, yet certain crispy greens commonly used in these dishes possess natural diuretic properties that encourage fluid elimination from your system. In younger individuals, this barely registers as a concern. After 60, though, several factors converge to create risk. Your kidneys process fluids more gradually, thirst signals from your brain become less reliable, blood vessels lose elasticity. As you sleep, if your body continues releasing water without adequate replacement, your blood gradually thickens in consistency. Imagine honey versus water flowing through narrow tubes. Thicker blood moves sluggishly, particularly through the fine capillaries serving your brain. Combined with nighttime blood pressure medications, this creates conditions where small clots can form more easily. The adjustment is straightforward. Enjoy your crisp salads during daylight hours when you're actively hydrating and moving. If evening greens are part of your routine, accompany them with adequate water intake. This simple timing shift maintains the nutritional benefits while respecting your body's overnight vulnerability. Raw, crunchy vegetables make convenient snacks, and one orange root vegetable in particular seems innocent and wholesome. However, consuming it in raw form late in the day presents challenges for mature metabolisms. The natural sugars release quickly into your bloodstream without the buffering effect of cooking or pairing with proteins and fats. For seniors experiencing even mild insulin resistance or metabolic slowdown, this can be problematic. This triggers a problematic cascade. Blood glucose spikes sharply, then plummets during sleep hours. Your body interprets this crash as stress, releasing hormones that constrict blood vessels and elevate pressure precisely when you should be resting peacefully. Add typical overnight dehydration, and you've created an environment where circulation struggles and clot formation becomes more likely. The remedy is elegantly simple. Enjoy these vegetables earlier in your active day. Always pair them with protein sources like nut butter, cheese, or yogurt to slow sugar absorption and create steadier energy release. The beta-carotene and other nutrients remain beneficial when consumed intelligently. Ancient culinary traditions have revered certain pungent bulbs for their medicinal properties, and modern research confirms powerful cardiovascular benefits, including blood pressure reduction and arterial health support. After 60, particularly for those managing circulation with medications, these benefits can paradoxically become complications. The active compounds that thin blood naturally combine with prescription anticoagulants, potentially creating excessive thinning that increases bleeding risk. Most people don't realize that concentrated forms found in supplements are far more potent than cooking amounts. A capsule can deliver the equivalent of multiple cloves. When combined with your daily medication regimen, this may push your blood too far into dangerous territory. If you enjoy this aromatic addition in your cooking, continue using modest amounts for flavor. Avoid concentrated supplements unless specifically approved by your cardiologist. Timing matters too, as consuming large amounts before sleep can cause blood pressure to drop excessively overnight when your circulation naturally slows. Balance and moderation preserve the protective qualities while avoiding the risks. Another member of the same aromatic family deserves careful consideration. These layered bulbs contain quercetin, a compound that acts as a natural vasodilator, meaning it relaxes and widens blood vessels. Under normal circumstances, this supports healthy circulation. However, many seniors take medications that perform this exact function. When you consume significant amounts of these vegetables while taking blood pressure medications, both work simultaneously to dilate vessels. Blood pressure can drop too dramatically, reducing oxygen delivery to your brain and causing dizziness, mental fog, or fainting episodes. Overnight, when hydration decreases and circulation slows naturally, this combination creates vulnerability. The solution involves using these vegetables as flavoring agents rather than main ingredients. Cooking reduces the potency of active compounds compared to raw consumption. Avoid heavy dishes featuring them prominently during evening meals. Stay well hydrated throughout the day. If you're managing blood pressure with medication, discuss your dietary habits with your doctor so adjustments account for both food and pharmaceutical effects working together. Many people don't realize that a certain golden kernel technically functions more like a grain than a vegetable nutritionally. After 60, this distinction becomes medically relevant. When you consume it, your body rapidly converts its starch content into glucose, creating blood sugar spikes comparable to refined carbohydrates. For seniors with diminished insulin response or compromised circulation, this roller coaster effect strains your cardiovascular system. Sharp glucose rises, followed by crashes, trigger stress hormone release, causing vessel constriction and blood thickening. This creates optimal conditions for overnight clot formation when you're least active and most dehydrated. The wisdom here involves treating it as an occasional side dish rather than a dietary staple. Avoid nighttime consumption when your body is winding down. Always pair it with protein, healthy fats, or fiber to moderate the glucose response. Fresh preparations are superior to processed forms which digest even more rapidly. Understanding its true nutritional nature allows you to enjoy it occasionally without compromising your brain health. Elegant green spears seem quintessentially healthy, light, and sophisticated. Yet, like several vegetables we've discussed, they function as natural diuretics, encouraging water elimination from your system. This becomes problematic for seniors, especially when consumed during evening hours. As you sleep, the diuretic effect continues while you're not actively replacing fluids. Blood gradually thickens, circulation through aging, less elastic arteries slows considerably. Many seniors also take blood pressure medications or diuretics for heart health, and this vegetable amplifies those effects. The result can be overnight dehydration severe enough to increase clot formation risk significantly. The correction is straightforward. Schedule these green vegetables for lunch or early dinner when you remain active and hydrated. Drink water generously alongside them. Consider pairing them with hydrating foods like cucumber or melon. If your medication regimen includes diuretics or blood pressure drugs, consult your physician about whether dietary diuretics might be intensifying effects beyond therapeutic ranges. The vitamins and antioxidants remain valuable when consumed with proper timing and hydration awareness. Finally, we arrive at what many consider the cornerstone of healthy eating, red and juicy, appearing in countless dishes worldwide. After 60, however, this nightshade family member deserves thoughtful consideration. It contains compounds including histamines, tyramine, and solanine that can trigger inflammatory responses and affect blood vessel behavior unpredictably. For aging cardiovascular systems already operating with reduced flexibility, these substances may cause vessels to constrict or dilate erratically, creating symptoms eerily similar to minor stroke warnings like dizziness, numbness, or headaches. The natural acidity also depletes critical electrolytes, including calcium and magnesium, minerals essential for stable nerve signaling and muscle function. Large portions, especially consumed before bed, can cause blood pressure fluctuations and disrupted circulation during sleep. This doesn't require complete avoidance. Gentle cooking reduces problematic compounds while actually enhancing beneficial antioxidants like lycopene. Avoid heavy preparations as evening meals, enjoying them earlier instead. Pair them with magnesium-rich foods to counter mineral depletion. Listen carefully to your body's responses. Consumed wisely, they remain nutritionally valuable rather than becoming hidden triggers. After learning about these 9 produce items and their potential complications, feeling concerned is natural. We've spent lifetimes hearing that vegetables universally protect our health, and largely that remains true. The critical understanding is that bodies change profoundly after 60. Kidney filtration slows, blood vessels become more delicate and reactive, hydration requirements shift dramatically, even the most nutritious foods behave differently when interacting with an aging physiology. Success isn't just about what fills your plate anymore. It's about when you consume it, how much, and what medications or supplements you're taking simultaneously. A lunch salad might energize and protect you, while an identical dinner salad could quietly compromise overnight circulation. Culinary herbs in cooking may support your heart, but concentrated supplement forms combined with medications could dangerously affect clotting. Timing, awareness, and balance become your most powerful tools. Understanding your unique body grants you genuine control over your well-being. Small, intentional adjustments, including proper hydration, strategic meal timing, and medication interaction awareness, let you continue enjoying beloved foods without fear. Knowledge isn't restriction, knowledge is freedom. You have the power to eat well and age vibrantly through informed choices. Remember that your health situation is uniquely yours. This information serves educational purposes and cannot replace personalized medical guidance. If you're managing chronic conditions or taking prescription medications, discuss any significant dietary changes with your healthcare provider before implementing them. Your doctor understands your complete medical picture and can help you make adjustments safely. Working collaboratively with medical professionals while listening to your body's signals creates the most reliable path towards sustained health and vitality in your senior years.